podcast. Friday episode. Our Friday's not the best. Feels like they are.
They're nice. I'll take a Friday.
Yeah.
Monday's still the podcast, but it's a Monday. So
yeah, I like a good Friday. Like, you know, it's been a week. Yeah, there's Will. It's been a week.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's nice to be here on a Friday with everybody. All right, let's talk about what we're talking about. Kamala Harris and her economic plan unveiled today. We'll follow up with Matthew Perry's death, the arrests that were made, and we'll get to know the ketamine queen, Frankie C.
Oh, good.
What's Nick Cage's next role? It might surprise you.
I know what it is.
The new Starbucks CEO is making a trash load of money. You won't believe what this guy is pulling in. He was the CEO of Chipotle.
Well,
yeah, they pulled him away from Chipotle. Even though Chipotle just went through a huge controversy, he was actually pretty successful. So we'll go over that. Turkish parliament had a brawl, and we've got not one, count them, two blind top fives. That's a podcast.
Yep.
My daughter is on a fishing trip with my wife.
Right now
they're on their way back. So little guy is just outside the studio door. So we got to be really careful with
no yelling profanities.
Yeah, this is gonna be very reserved aunt on this episode. Right. I feel it coming. Reserved.
Maybe.
You can go crazy, but I gotta
reel it in. I get you.
Reel it in.
All right.
Kamala Harris's economic plan. How many times did you have an orgasm when she made the speech today? Were you watching with your pants
like 3 or 4?
Okay,
no,
not bad.
I didn't watch, but I know of the plan.
You know the plan? You gave her the plan?
I know some of it.
Okay.
I just read about it, but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, she just, she rolled out a plan. It's an estimated $1.7 trillion in handouts, I guess some would call it. She wants to give $25,000 to help first-time homeowners on their down payments. She wants to give $6,000 tax breaks for lower and middle income families who have a child in their first year of life. She talked about some housing subsidies, basically, building a couple million homes to flood the market with more inventory, which she believes will help bring housing prices down. Not so sure about that, but we'll see. There's a bunch. Well, I guess here's what I want to say. First and foremost, this is what I really want to say, because this is what I found most interesting about what she said. Now, she laid out some stuff. Trump laid out some stuff the day before. Neither of them provided any real sort of substance on how they are attempting to get it done. They both seem like very nice plans. I'm saying that as somebody who is I'm saying that from a standpoint of judging their party's reactions to it. Everybody seems pleased with what they're proposing. But again, no real structure on how they're going to get it done. I'm sure we'll get that, before the election itself. But this is more just like a Cliff's Notes version of what they plan to do. Here's what I found really interesting about both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's plans for the economy. They both include the child tax credit, and they both include not taking taxes out of tipped workers.
Right.
I find it awfully interesting that these two parties who cannot seem to get along you look at their plans and they're pretty similar for what
a couple of things.
Well, but it might seem like just a couple of things, but those are huge things. Those are really big things. And I think they're big things because most of them affect the middle class. I mean, this is for the first time in a long time, I've seen these two parties have similar items in their policies for the middle class, and it being an upfront part of their campaign, meaning the middle class has never been more important. I mean, here's the thing. The middle class has always been tremendously important, but I feel like often overlooked for
absolutely.
The wealthy.
Taken for granted.
Very much so, because I feel like these parties, like the right goes for the wealthy and the corporations, and then the left goes for the, less than middle class, the poor, if you will. And then you have the middle class, just like, and that's the biggest portion of our country, just kind of in the middle, like.
Well, the middle class is always the middle class, is always going to like coast and
Yeah.
not coast, but like be the rock in the economy.
People talk about the middle class a lot, but rarely do I feel like anything ever really gets done for the middle class.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure, no surprise, bias, but I don't see. I mean, I don't want to sit here because everybody go, oh, here goes Frank bashing Trump again, but his whole thing is we'll drill for oil and like
drill, baby, drill.
What
day one?
He doesn't even know that that's not necessary in what we're doing, and he has no. His plan doesn't like have any kind of backbone to it. He's gonna just again the upper class. He's gonna give tax. He's gonna try to give tax cuts again to the very wealthy, like he did already. I mean, that's his whole thing. I mean, that trickle down bullshit. I think is that where he's going with this?
Basically, his tax cuts are still in effect since he passed in 2017 for the wealthy.
Yeah, so that's not going to work. He just added more debt, and he didn't do anything in terms of jobs. He didn't add any jobs. There were actually unemployment was up when he left, and we were more in debt when he left. So, not a good look. I mean, and how many bankrupt companies is this guy going to have before we realize maybe this guy's not the best to run a country?
Last episode I took him to the woodshed because he's blowing this campaign, and it's pretty evident. And I stand by everything I said. By the way, after the show, it all came out that he hired Corey Lewandowski. He added like 3 more people to the senior staff of his campaign, and because they're in trouble. And he tried to change his approach. He's going to continue to try and change his approach on Thursday when he was in Jersey, and he was like unveiling his plan and talking about the cost of food items and everything. We started to see him with a book in front of him for the first time.
What?
Reading through notes.
How many
and
pictures?
But they're trying to keep him on brand, on message.
But
and
he veers off all the time, though. Watch any speech. He'll go off script and he'll start laying into Kamala and being like, oh, she's a low IQ individual. It's like, you're an idiot. That doesn't mean anything when it's coming from you. I don't know why people are, I heard this thing today. Or I read it somewhere. I don't know if it was on Twitter or someone said it.
Yeah, say you read it. It sounds more intelligent than
okay. I read it. This isn't my quote, but we got to stop pretending like he's a smart person. Whoever's out there going, oh, this is the guy who knows what he's talking. He doesn't. He's an idiot. So I don't understand why people are looking at him going, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. He doesn't, and we've got to stop pretending like maybe he does.
Well, he's a smart marketer.
Whatever you're gonna say. Oh yeah,
no, he's a smart marketer.
He's maybe an entertain like. When he was a game show host, yeah, fine. Or
what I'm saying is, I can make the argument that he does not know the specifics. He's not detail oriented. Would I trust him to get us out of any sort of economic issue in the country alone? Absolutely not. But he got himself from a simple, real estate developer to the presidency of the United States of America.
A simple real estate developer that inherited millions from his dad, who was already a huge deal. It's like,
yes, he had big advantages, but the fact remains, he's a queen.
He bought a bunch of buildings and put his name on it. You got to stop.
I listen. I can't. Stop. No, I appreciate you on this. I do, but this bothers me. He is a smart guy, because it's the same thing when people go, Kamala Harris isn't smart. No, yes, she is.
She is. She has the
She got herself from a district attorney to the vice president of the United States of America. You don't do that as an idiot. They're both smart people. They have different smartness, if you will.
Okay. Different smartness.
Granted, he's an idiot, but listen,
he is a giant idiot. Just listen to him talk for 5 minutes. I don't understand because he talks a lot and he talks fast. It gives the overall appearance that maybe he's saying something with some substance, but he's not. He's saying the same bullshit over and over again. And when you look at what he's saying, none of it makes sense. So I don't understand why everybody's like, oh, yeah.
Well, he's screwing things up right now. But listen to what I'm saying. He's an idiot. But despite his limitations, he found a way to become the president of the United States of America. That's a smart person, even though he's an idiot. That takes ability. You need to make that work. And
he was already famous, and he was already rich from.
You can't give him anything.
I'm not giving him anything. I'm sorry. No, he's an idiot. Sorry.
So what I started saying before was I took him to the woodshed because he is blowing it. He doesn't realize that what got him the presidency in 2016 is what it is costing him the office now. Like the same approach he used then, he's using now. He's doubling down on, and he's digging himself into a hole. So I took him to the woodshed last episode. I don't know if you saw it. It was the biggest decrease in followers we've ever had after that episode.
Good.
Now, It was, to be honest with you, maybe like 50 or 60. So it's not like we lost thousands or even hundreds, but we've never seen like a 50 or 60 drop than in that last episode. But my point is if people would listen for once, I was trying, you could take the interpretation of what we did on that show as trying to help him, which a lot of people are trying to do. I'm not the only person calling him out on this bullshit. We played Frank Luntz's, clips the last episode from Squawk Box, and we read Nikki Haley's thing. Like everybody is saying the same thing. Now we did this on Wednesday. Yesterday and this morning, everybody came out of the woodworks to call him out. Like there were multiple politicians on Fox and in every outlet they could, just lambasting him to get him to realize that he is blowing this in a major way. And he's got to stop. He's got to do something. And
he has no angle. There's no angle for him anymore.
He has a hard time listening to other people, which I'm surprised. He brought in Lewandowski and all these people. And yes, Paul, I know Lewandowski got in trouble. He got in trouble from running his campaign the first time around. But he likes Lewandowski, which is why he's back. The problem I see now is he's got 3 or 4 people in the leadership role. They're all going to be duking it out to get his attention and to get every move that he makes made.
Yeah, and that whole thing with giving tax cuts to the ultra rich, I didn't read that in his plan, but he said that he's going to do like that's like been his thing for a while, right?
Well, that's every Republican's platform is tax cuts.
But tax cuts are great
for the rich.
For the rich.
They say tax cuts for everybody, but they mostly mean for the rich.
Do they need the tax cuts? They don't pay the taxes anyway. What are you cutting? I mean, why is that? Could you imagine if the ultra rich paid taxes like the amount they're supposed to? How much we would be out of the shit? If a guy who made $1 billion a year paid his fair share, it'd be insane. It'd be like this would How is that not, how is it not illegal for that? I would have every lawyer looking at all of these tax cuts or these loopholes and be like, why we have to be able to make them pay what they owe.
Yeah, but every president has failed to be able to get the tax code written in a way that makes sense. They've failed to get those loopholes eliminated, primarily because most of them use it. Most of the lobbyists who work with them don't want them gone, and so we foot the bill for that. until we can get lobbyists under control.
We need Bernie Sanders
Bernie
or
would,
someone with that kind of idea of the
yeah,
top 1% needs to pay their taxes.
Bernie
That's
would be great. Bernie for the economy. I don't think Bernie would be a good president, but I think Bernie for the economy would be particular. Bernie is where he needs to be. He's in Congress, he's in the Senate. That's where he needs to be.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily pull him out of there, but I would try and put him to the forefront because his idea for healthcare and for taxes is something I think we really need to give a long look to, because the trickle down thing has not really proven
no, they just
to
keep
work
it for themselves.
It's just, it really hasn't.
Makes them richer, and that's it.
But here's the thing that the Democrats need to be mindful of: you do have to compete in a global market with businesses and corporations. Like, you can't just go jacking up the price of taxes that a business has to pay and expect it to not have a negative effect on the overall. Like everybody talks about the minimum wage, and I'm a fan of making the minimum wage an actual livable wage. But what we're seeing is they raise the minimum wage and then all the prices go up. So everybody who complains about the prices at McDonald's, well, they have to pay the workers. The business is never going to take less profit.
Well,
and you can't legislate for that.
It's not true. They raise their prices, but they've felt the backlash. People have, not, their numbers have gone down. So I feel like they're starting to lower them again. Isn't that, they know that people are like, it used to be you could feed a family of 4 for like $20 and it'd be like,
yeah.
But now, so now I think they're getting the message. So,
but I've said this a billion times. I don't want to beat a dead horse. The economy in the 50s and 60s was the best because the middle class was the healthiest. So the reason why I bring up that these two battling parties are now seeing eye to eye on at least 2 issues that will benefit the middle class heavily, I think is a good sign, because the middle class needs to be taken care of. We need to get back to a stronger middle class. Although I don't think it works, although I appreciate the attempt and the theory behind trickle-down economics, I don't think it works. And I think if you just got that money straight to the middle class, it would be the best. And the way you do that is through not taxing tips, child tax credits, making housing affordable, making healthcare affordable. She also did mention paying off medical debt. By the way, I am a big fan of paying off student loan debt, because why am I a big fan, Frank? Because it gets us back to the economics of the 50s and the 60s, where your main purchase in life is your home. You go to school, you get a good job, or you try and build a career, and then you put yourself into a 30-year partnership with a bank to pay off this house. American dream. It seems to work. You can't do that if you're already $150,000 in debt going into that purchase. People just not doing it. And then all the conservatives will yell at me and they'll say, well, they shouldn't have taken those loans out. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that.
It's such bullshit, because
I understand, but it's like,
well, first of all, you got all these huge corporations that get, they get the what's it called? Whenever they're in debt, they get bailed out. No problem. Yeah, they go, here you go. We'll bail you out. We'll save you. But the average person, God forbid, they get something in return and get bailed out on something. Oh, you can't afford to pay this? Well, you're screwed. This huge corporation that's making billions, no, we're going to help them stay afloat. It's like, you can bitch and moan all you want, but it's something that's, you're finally getting something back from the government, and you're bitching about it just because it's not you anymore, because you went to school years ago to, I had to pay my loans. Well, okay, what's your point? You're helping the younger people who can't buy a house, and everybody complains, it's hard for people to buy houses these days and they can't live on their wages. Oh, here's the government going to give them $150,000. Well, what are they doing? I had to pay my loans. It's like, well, what do you want? You want people to be able to afford houses again, or you want to, you want to have everybody pay millions of dollars that they
Yeah.
can't afford.
Well, it was
So,
different for us. And I think it started with our generation. Our generation was told and promised, you go to college, you'll get a better paying job, you'll be ahead, right? That was the promise. And then what happened when we graduated? We were in the middle of one of many recessions. And that just wasn't the case. And our
plus we were
wages,
communications majors, so that didn't really,
well, yeah,
that didn't help.
That's true. And listen, that's a solid argument for people that are like, well, you're a fucking English history major. You're not going to get. I agree with that, and I agree with. I know you're making a joke, but I agree with communications majors.
It wasn't a joke.
shouldn't be shelling out $100,000 for their degrees because there's no future in those positions. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people went to business. You went to school and got business degrees and got real degrees, engineering degrees, and then they come out and all of a sudden those jobs that were going to pay back those loans in 5 to 10 years, so that when it was time to get married and have a house, they could. Suddenly they weren't there, and then suddenly the wages weren't there the way they used to be. The value of the dollar wasn't there the way it used to be. So there was a lot of things going against this generation, and I saw it firsthand. Maybe not for myself personally, but friends, other people you just know, you just see their situations, and you're like, how? My father barely finished high school, went and served the country, never got a college degree, worked a blue collar job, and was able to buy cars, a home, go on vacations. Put money away for retirement. And now you have people coming out of school with a college degree, with a serious diploma from a storied university, and they're going out and they're getting paid 30 grand, 35 grand.
Because it all boils down to the greed of the people in charge of these corporations.
Oh yeah, and then they're doing that, and then suddenly rent costs are higher than it was for our parents' generation, and food costs are higher, and all these other things.
The reason for that is when you have these corporations that are making billions of dollars, but only the people at the top are keeping that profit, and the people at the bottom are not sharing in any of that. They're working their minimum wage jobs, and everybody up top is getting millions and millions of dollars. And every year it's, no, we got to make more. No, we got to make more. No, we got to make more. And while profits for these corporations are going up, cost of living is going up, and your wage is staying the same. So you're not going to be able to meet those goals.
Yeah.
Because your wage is not increased, because the people running the show are keeping all the profits. It's not like they're going, oh, we made $1 million today. Here's an extra $100,000 for you, for the workers. It's not, you might get your annual, 3% raise or whatever the hell it is, but you're not getting any, these corporations aren't giving everybody, oh, we exceeded our goal, so everybody gets $100,000 from the company or $20,000 from the company. It's not happening anymore.
And that's the thing too. And it's like people don't like even the small businesses out there, like, you got to help these people. These are middle-class people. Nobody was saying to us when we were kids, go start your own plumbing business. Go start a contracting business. Yeah. Go out and open up a laundromat. Nobody was telling us that. It was go to school so you can get a corporate job so you can make more money than mom and dad made, and then, oops, turns out that was all bullshit. That wasn't really there. And now you're going to hold these people to this insane debt. And again, I would love to punish people for making stupid decisions, my conservative friends. But the fact of the matter is if they don't buy a house, then they don't call the plumber. Then they don't call the roofer. They don't call the contractor to redo the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't do all the things that we need people to do to have a strong economy.
I think here's a just thinking ahead prediction. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, we made all these corporations and rich people pay the taxes that they should be paying. Everybody's probably afraid, well, that they're just not going to do business here anymore. Okay, but we've been trying to get these small businesses huge boost, right? Small business, small business, small business. So let's say all the big businesses, I don't know. I'm trying to think this through how it would work. So the big businesses, let's say they start doing business, they leave the country, hypothetically.
Mhm.
Now, does that screw us, or does that make room for small business
To
to
take over.
explode?
It
You imagine if
depends on the
all the
industry, but yeah, it's a fair
yeah,
point.
imagine if all of a sudden Home Depot was no longer doing business in the United States. Now all the small hardware store, you have to go to them.
I
You
gotta
go to
tell you
those small
something.
places.
I love a fucking Ace Hardware. I love it.
Yeah, you go to the small guy in town.
Yeah.
Now they have more business because now all these big businesses are gone. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. I'm not an economist, but
I know. I know Ace is a franchise, but you got Bill, or Jerry.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
So it's always Bill or Jerry. It's like, hey, Jerry, you got that?
Jerry.
Where's that? Jerry gives a shit. Jerry.
You got that flange I ordered? He's got that flange for you. He'll put it on back. It might not be there tomorrow, but it'll be there the next day.
Mm-hmm.
He'll flange you up good.
Jerry's gonna flange you. He's not gonna flange fuck you. That's for sure. He's not.
No,
he's gonna make sure you get what you need.
Because he's the local guy. The local guy's not gonna flange fuck you. The big guys might.
Yeah. Yeah,
might get flanged because they might lose your order and they'll be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's
Local
true.
guy, he get you that flange.
It ain't easy. All these things they're not easy decisions, but flange is all around.
Flange for the table.
Flange for the table. It's not easy, but now we know. I mean, we're starting to get some sort of substance from Kamala finally. And again, I thought the child tax credit thing was good. She differs from Trump in the tipped thing, the no taxing tipped workers. She puts harder definitions on what a tipped worker is. Whereas from what I could tell, his plan does not. And a lot of people are criticizing his plan because they're like, well, technically you can, a real estate agent, could be considered a tipped employee. Yeah. So hers is more, and I believe, listen, I have no problem with not taxing tips. And here's why. Because
enough's enough.
Well, yes, but most of those people will just take it in cash anyway, not share the information, and then you're not getting it regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's a kind of a tough thing. Most of those people are our hardcore blue collar people. They're or it's a second job for people. Some people work a 9 to 5 in the office and then they get out and then they go bartend or they go, they're a server at night, to make ends meet, to get themselves ahead, whatever they're trying to do. So I believe in that, but I do believe in restrictions on it where you keep it to, and don't hold me to this, but restaurant workers, bartenders, the people that really, really deserve it. You're going to get into some gray areas. Like, for instance, are we saying that strippers now don't have to, I don't know if I want that.
Why not?
Well, I don't know, because a stripper is going to make $500, $800, $1,000, $1,200 in a night. Restaurant workers not.
Okay.
They're making $200-$300 a night, maybe at a good place.
What's your question?
It's not a question. It's just I don't know if the strippers need the tax break as much as the bartenders and servers do.
You think all strippers are living in mansions? And I mean, what do you?
No,
blue collar people too. They're not.
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. They're no collar people.
Hi-yo.
Double guns. My point is that I feel like a stripper will make a lot more money than a waiter. Well, so where is that break got to really go? In order for it to work.
Well, what's the limit? Like if you make $1,000 a day in tips, is that taxable? Or if you make 500, is that? Is there a cap? What if someone gives you 10 grand as a tip? Is that taxable? I don't know.
I don't know. When somebody comes and does work on your house, do you tip them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Like, is somebody in the trades?
Because you know what it is? Because when you have someone come and do work on your house, it's typically from a bigger company, and they're the worker at the company. It's not like, if you're hiring Joe, Smith to, a friend of yours to do a job, you pay them what they ask. and that's going straight to them.
Right.
You know, but
Like
if you have a company doing something, most of what you're paying the guy is going to the company, so you give them a tip.
I agree. Most of the time, a lot of times when the AAA people come out for me, I tip them. You know, I would like them to keep it.
Good.
I would like them
And
to not be taxed. I feel like that's
yeah,
not, you know.
and no, I didn't call the electrician yet. Damn it, I will call.
Oh,
I
come
keep
on.
forgetting. I will
Damn
call
it.
tomorrow.
Look at you. She just trumped you. She's treating you the way the Republicans are treating Donald Trump. Public call outs in order to get stuff done.
That's okay.
That's
I
where we're
deserve
at.
it. I've been saying I was going to call the electrician for the last like week.
Oh my
and I haven't
God.
done it.
What did you do today? You did nothing today. I know you
I
didn't.
did stuff. I did things. Just
What?
worry about what I do on a Friday.
How long was that nap today? Be honest with me, really.
It was like an hour.
An hour you could have been calling electricians. By the way,
True.
and not to call out Erin here, but have you tried just flicking all the light switches on? I'm just putting
That's not the issue. But
okay, I'm just saying, you don't know.
No.
We don't know. You just go around and flick a light switch up and see if it solves the problem.
It's not that. It's different stuff. We got to fix the doorbell and the back porch light and stuff.
Okay.
It's not.
First of all, I've been hearing about this doorbell for like 6 months.
Doorbell. I'm gonna just take a sledgehammer too.
When I was talking about the leak in the faucet in my bathroom that I haven't fixed for the same amount of time, you brought up that doorbell issue. So I know it's been a while.
It's been a little while. And I keep going, I'll get, I don't know. Is it a big deal? I don't know. Probably not. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is it a huge problem? I don't think so, but
we'll figure it out, I guess. Make lap dancing waiters legal. I like that. That's good. That'll fit on a red cap for sure, Paul.
Okay.
Did you check the fuse box?
It's still there. The fuse box is still in the house.
Still there. I've done that too, where I've opened up the fuse box and I go, "Yeah, looks good," and I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, a bunch of switches.
I'm like, are they all lined up? Then I think it's okay. If one of them is out of whack a little, then that might be where the problem is.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's it. Bernie Sanders, by the way, was on Theo Vaughn's podcast. It's very good. I suggest everybody go and listen or watch it, because if you're clueless on Medicare, Medicaid, and our healthcare system, it'll be very, very helpful to you. And for the critics that are like, oh, we don't want to be counted. You wait 5 hours for a doctor. First of all, I have like 3 people in my life that are sick with something right now, and they're waiting 3 to 4 weeks to 2 months for issues to have appointments with people. I tried to get an appointment for my doctor, my regular doctor, just for a physical, just for because my wife wants to make sure I don't have a heart attack. It's really becoming a problem. And I'm like, just let it happen. She's like, no, So we're going, okay, she calls up 3 weeks ago. When can we get a doctor's appointment? Middle of September.
That's nice.
Month and a half just to see my doctor.
That's nice.
So I'm tired of hearing that, waiting to see somebody if you have a broken arm, because that's just not true. But also, Bernie Sanders points out that we pay double the amount for healthcare per person than the next highest country. And we're getting essentially the same medicines that all the other our Tylenol and our whatever is not more sophisticated than the Tylenol and the whatever in the other countries. And what you're seeing is the reason why it's double. That figure is the insurance company's profits. That's what that is. So if you have the national health care, you don't necessarily have those issues, and there's ways to get to it. Let's not open up that.
Would be nice.
It would be nice. I agree. Matthew Perry's friend, the ketamine queen. So a big news story dropping yesterday morning. 5 people arrested in the death of Matthew Perry. Huge news. It includes a couple of doctors, his assistant, and a friend who we now know is this young lady known as the ketamine queen.
It's not a good title.
No, it's not a great one. I wouldn't like it myself, to be honest with you.
No.
Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic, making patients feel detached from their pain and environment while leaving users feeling calm and immobile. Ketamine has been abused recreationally as a club drug and used to facilitate sexual assault in a lot of cases. So there's a little background on the ketamine itself. And this young lady, the ketamine queen, she's been known for, getting that kind of stuff and being able to supply it to people. She's one of these, Hollywood, hangers on, I guess you can say. But it also involved a couple of doctors and his assistant who, he's a drug addict, or he was a drug addict. And I guess he was sort of fooled or tricked into or told that they can kind of keep him at bay and keep him from doing the harder drugs with ketamine, like a ketamine regiment. And at first he was getting it from a legitimate doctor, and then that eventually turned into him getting it from a legitimate doctor in an illegitimate way. At one point, one of the doctors sold him $12 of ketamine for $2,000. The FBI presented text message evidence that they were basically saying, how much can we get this? How much can we squeeze out of this idiot? They were all like talking and conversing. The Yasveen Sangha, the ketamine queen of Los Angeles, she was like, I'm going to take this guy. I'm paraphrasing here, but her text messages weren't that much nicer, like saying, I'm going to take this guy for everything I possibly can. It's very, very sad and tragic. And of course, the assistant, he had his assistant, somebody close to him who he trusted more than anything. And, he was there to administer it to him. And supposedly, as the story goes, as the investigation is unveiled, that the day he died, he got a hit in the morning, he got a hit in the afternoon, and then the later on in the late afternoon, early evening, he asked for a big one. He said, I need a big one. And that's eventually the thing that put him over the top and made him pass out in the hot tub. And that's why he died. So it's terrible. And it's unfortunate. You get these Hollywood people. It's even more bizarre. He's on a show called Friends. Does he have any real friends? Clearly not somebody who could be with him as much as it's required to be with a drug addict, Right. And,
well, now this the ketamine queen is under arrest, right? They got her in custody.
Yeah, she's under arrest. Believe it or not, 5 people charged. 3 of them or 2 of them already accepted that they pled guilty.
Really?
The others pled not guilty. So there's going to be an obvious trial that comes with this, but 2 of them already just were like, yeah, okay, and they took the guilty pleas.
Wow.
So yeah. We'll keep up with it. I saw an interview with her lawyer, I think, or the doctor's lawyer, and he was like, "Well, we don't know, and you can't try this stuff in the press." And it's like, oh, imagine having to make a living, fucking being a lying, squealing piece of shit, defending people like this.
Honestly,
like they have the text messages.
Yeah,
which is
pretty
crazy.
open and shut.
It's crazy how stupid. Like you don't own your text like that's stuff that can be subpoenaed, and they can people can read your text messages, your emails. I don't know why people are doing illegal business that way.
You're a gigantic ketamine dealer, illegal. So I don't think you're operating under the you're probably not playing by the smart rules.
To be fair, I can make an argument these are not she was, but the doctors weren't. The doctors those are intelligent people.
You think. Well, like Seinfeld said, there has to be a doctor that, something like that got a C or a D, just passed.
Yeah.
Where are those doctors? I'm sure there are doctors that just skated by.
Yeah, that's true. They're there too. Yeah, they're out there. So like that. It's unfortunate for Matthew Perry.
Yep.
We'll keep an eye on it, I guess. Is that interesting to you? I don't know if I'm interested that much anymore.
This is going to be, a major star was killed essentially because of this kind of thing. Yeah, that's a big deal. I think let's see what happens with the people who are responsible.
Yeah,
I'll keep up with that.
Yeah, all right. So we'll keep an eye on it then. Yeah. Nick Cage's next role. Are you excited about this?
I saw this and I can't remember. I remember thinking, "Oh, this is weird," but I can't remember who he's playing. Tell me again.
Okay. I'm surprised that so many people are this interested in it. Like, this is one of those topics where you're like, okay, interesting, but it's kind of blown up a bit bigger than I thought it would. He is, he just got cast. David O. Russell, by the way, who we just talked about with the Sphere story the other day, to be in the new David O. Russell film about John Madden.
John Madden, right?
He's going to play John Madden.
That's weird. I trying to like.
That's everybody's reaction, but at the same time, you look at his last few films. He's kind of been crushing it in these latter stages of life.
Hey, if he could pull it off, great. I just can't picture him as John Madden. I mean, they both got the deep voice, and I'm sure he's going to amp it up and try to do a good impression of him. But
You make a good point.
You know, I'm sure they'll do the makeup and everything.
But it's a voice. This is a different. When you have a character that's got a real specific voice, that could be tough.
Yeah, I mean, they should have just got Frank Caliendo to do it.
Yeah, right.
He was a good Madden.
Yeah, but you know what? You listen to. I know, right? You listen to all these directors though, and they all say the same thing. They'd rather have somebody not sound as good and play the character versus an impressionist.
I mean, is this going to be like such a dramatic? Like, is every biopic a dramatic? He had problems in his personal. I don't know anything about John Madden.
You want to know?
Is this going to be a whole happy thing? What?
You know what this is about? It's not even about his football career or any. It's a biopic, but it's about his getting the John Madden video game.
Really?
Supposedly it only takes place through the years when he started with EA Sports. And
we made a real life video game. We made a video game. It's gonna be great. I mean, I don't know where the drama is gonna come from. I don't know if there is gonna be any drama.
Is that what you're gonna wear to the EA Sports meeting? You look like you're going to a funeral. Maybe I am.
If I'm going to a funeral, I'm gonna take this road here, and then I'm gonna go down this route. That's how you get to the funeral.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you just came up with something brilliant. We do the John Madden documentary. We just use the Johnny Cash script.
That's good.
Just change a couple words here or there, and it's good.
I don't see an issue with that. He's cheating. I don't even know if he's married. I don't know anything about John Madden.
It'll all work.
Does he have kids? Does he have a wife?
Yeah, we'll make it work.
We could come up with something.
Yeah, we got Whiteout. We can make it happen. Yeah, I don't really, honestly, I don't know too much about his personal life, but I did find that first of all, David O. Russell's a madman. He's a crazy genius, great director. And I think it's an interesting story because a lot of people have heard of Madden, the video game. Some people probably don't even realize it's named after a person at this point. Like the younger kids.
Who would it be named after?
Well, the younger kids are probably like, "Oh, Madden." They probably have no idea who Madden is.
Well, they probably don't know they might not know who he is, but
yeah,
it's not a word. Is it a word?
But it feels like a word. Like when you go, "Oh,
like
you play Madden."
Maddening.
Yeah, but it's like you play Madden. You're on Madden. Are you playing Madden? You know, I'm playing Madden right now. It's become like this thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I could see what's Nick Cage doing a good Madden. I now that I'm thinking of it, like his voice, I could see him kind of just amping it up and doing that whole. He could pull that off. I think he doesn't really look too much like him.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they'll take care of that.
I'm intrigued though to think that story. I mean, Aaron brought up Air. Air is an interesting story, believe it or not. I mean,
I don't believe it. No,
it is. I don't know if it's a rewatch a lot. I will be honest with you. I've watched the film a handful of times. I don't know if it's something that you put on like over and over again, like Johnny Cash's or Ray. I feel like Ray I could watch.
They're both
repeatedly.
I know you don't like Walk the Line, but I thought it was good.
No, I just don't like him in it. I thought he was terrible, but I like the movie and I love Johnny Cash, so I do watch that. I've watched that numerous times. But some biopics you don't, like I watched the Jackie Robinson one is so good too.
There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of good ones. But my point is that Air is an interesting story. I wonder what the story is of Madden getting a video game that is worthy of a film.
Yeah. How exciting could that be? I want to do a video game. All right.
Yeah, like
somebody get this guy a contract. We'll do a video game. I mean, he was the biggest announcer and he was a big deal. So how hard could it have been for him to pull that off? I mean,
I think you're right. But I think the thing is, like, why him over potentially 20 other people that were just as
'Cause he's
legitimate as
mad.
him?
The guy his voice was the most recognized.
Yeah.
I mean, him or who's it going to be? I can't even, who's that guy that does the Super Bowl every year and sucks.
They
What's
all,
his
you're talking about all of them.
Yeah, but there's that guy, and then he hosts sports that he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he just tries to fake it through it. The hell's his name? I don't know. Can't think of it.
There's a couple of people that you could be describing.
Yeah, no, I know. But there's one guy, it's like John, last name is like 4 letters, and I can't think of who it is. And he's like universally disliked as an announcer, but he's like the announcer that they choose for everything.
I was going to say, we're going to start to get guesses. I wasn't expecting the first one, Howard Cosell from his chest.
It's definitely not Howard Cosell. It's not Howard Cosell, but it's he's a younger guy, and I'm never gonna get the name. It's annoying me. But he has that announcery voice, and it's very
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe Buck.
You're welcome.
He's not gonna get his own video game, but a guy like John Madden would.
Yeah, but to be fair though, Joe Buck wasn't a player. Where Cosell was.
No,
I mean, Madden was and a coach.
Madden was right, but it's true. But who else outside of that? I mean, Ditka. Imagine Ditka's football.
I fucking.
You're gonna play Ditka? Yeah, I'm gonna go play some Ditka. It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
That's true.
As well as Madden.
Ditka's and Kicking and Screaming. I have to admit this to you. I have a problem. I watch that movie. All the time.
That's absurd. I've seen it once and I went,
Oh my God. There are some moments that are so ingrained in my brain, so funny to me. I can't get over it.
I have trouble with your taste in movies. I can't. It's not you're not a reliable source. Sauce?
Okay, that's hurt. I love that you blundered that because it makes me feel better. But that's hurtful. But you're not wrong. I can't disagree with you. I do have strange taste in, like, I can't stop watching that movie, and the parts that make me laugh, I feel like nobody else thinks it's funny.
Is it Will Ferrell or?
It's a lot of Will Ferrell. Yeah.
I like Will Ferrell. I really do. He's got some clunkers out there. That one, and there's the basketball one.
That one I don't. Yeah, him. I didn't love Tropic Thunder. I don't love him in everything.
That's not it.
Yeah, not Tropic Thunder. The team was the Thunder something.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was called.
Damn it, fuck it, who cares? But why is Robin saying I'm no barbecue? I don't get that.
You're no BBQ, Anthony.
I don't know. Will Ferrell, I think, is so in Kicking and Screaming. He's so genius. But the writing in that film is so great. There's some things like there's a lesbian couple and they adopt this Asian baby, and his name is Byung-sung. So the premise of the movie, if you haven't seen it, Will Ferrell is fighting with his dad, who's benched his son, and his dad is remarried to a younger girl, and he's also had another son. So his brother is the same age as his child.
You lost me. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you just said.
Doesn't matter. But
his son was a father's lost.
Right.
But what? I don't know what you just said. But
I'm sorry.
I tuned out for like half a second, and I lost the thread.
All right. Will Ferrell's dad, Robert Duvall, is coaching a soccer team with Will Ferrell's son on it.
Okay.
Robert Duvall remarried a young woman and also has a son the same age as his grandson.
Got it.
They're both playing on the same team, but he won't play Will Ferrell's kid. He benches him, so he kicks him off the team, or Will Ferrell pulls him off the team and decides to start coaching another team with his son on it to get revenge on his dad, Robert Duvall, who happens to be a dick.
Right, got it.
Robert Duvall in the film lives next door to Mike Ditka, and they're feuding. So as a fuck you to Robert Duvall's character, Will Ferrell gets Mike Ditka to help be a coach on this little kid.
Is it Mike Ditka playing Mike Ditka?
It's Mike Ditka playing Mike Ditka in Chicago.
All right.
So everybody on the field is like amazed. So there's this one scene
I've
where
seen this movie and I can't remember any of this.
this lesbian couple they adopt this Asian baby. His name is Byung Sung. And so right after Ditka becomes the assistant coach of the kids soccer team, they go up to him and they go, "Would you sign it? Our son is shy. Will you sign an autograph?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, sure." And he's like, he's like, "Who should I make it out to?" And they go, "To Byung Sung." He goes, "How you spell that?" The whole time he's just writing as Mike Ditka. And so they start spelling, and he goes, "I think I got it." And he hands it back to them, and they walk away. The one lady goes, "To Bing Bong."
Jeez, that is awful.
He wrote Bing Bong. I have to see what the actress is. She's so great though. There's another scene where there's two lesbians. There's one short blonde girl and the tall brunette. I'm going to get her name because she deserves it. So they're cheering. Somebody scores the goal. They're cheering, and Will Ferrell turns and chest bumps the blonde, and she falls down. Then he turns and chest bumps the brunette, and then he falls down. Jeez. That fucking movie, Frank, and nobody gives a shit. But I think it's one of the more hilarious films.
I think you're out of your mind.
I know. And I watch it and I go, I don't think I should be laughing this hard at this stuff, but it's so good. Laura Keitlinger, you've seen her.
Oh, she was on Saturday Night Live, I believe, right?
Yeah, and she's like really, really tall.
Right.
She's really tall, and she plays a lesbian in this fucking movie. And it is so funny. It's just every interaction. At one point, Will Ferrell he gets a coffee obsession, so he starts to get nasty, and he winds up firing Mike Ditka. And he goes, and he's like being a jerk, and now he's not playing certain kids on the team. He's turning into his father, trying to get a revenge on his father. It's very philosophically deep, this film.
Oh, very.
So he gets into a fight with Mike Ditka, and he fires him basically. And because he's like, he's like, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to work for you. Like all that stuff. Dick is yelling at him, and he goes, "You're here to get me a juice box when I'm thirsty." And he goes, "No, I'm not." He goes, "You're the juice box guy." Well, Ferrell's just like, "You're the juice box guy," and so he leaves and he fires him in front of the team, and he goes, "Say everybody, wave goodbye to juice box."
You definitely have a problem.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I see the emptiness in your face,
No,
and
I like that you're finding joy in these things. I like that you're happy, so I'm happy. Whatever makes you happy, my friend.
I watch it. I feel like the autistic kid who they get a job at the place. Like that's what I feel like right now, where they're like, he's happy. Look at him. He's putting those little screws in the thing. He's doing it. That's what I feel right now.
Okay.
I can sympathize with the autistic.
Good. Okay, good.
I can't sympathize with the artist. Look, every time we get near a group, you get so worried and nervous.
Shut up.
Oh, let's talk about. Did you see the Instagram story I put out this week?
Which one?
My sick burn on you.
Yes. I just wanted to make it clear because you left out that part.
No, I didn't. By the way, you're not the only person to say that. Somebody on TikTok said the same thing. And I literally went back and rewatched the clip, and I forget if it was you or me who says in the end, it doesn't matter if he's wearing drag. It's the fact that he's got such a problem with it.
Yeah, you said it, but you left out the part where I said it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted in the clip.
Really? Why? You think you looked bad? I didn't think you looked bad at all.
All right, I was just making sure.
I just feel like the libs were all over that clip. Like, let's clarify. It's like, I don't know. Calm down. Like we can shit on JD Vance for 5 seconds without making sure everybody in the fucking room is okay. I mean,
JD Vance and his couch banging ways.
But this is the problem with the libs. Not that we have time to get into this.
Oh, well, you stop. 4 minutes into
the show. You're all super sensitive.
Here we go. This guy again.
You're all super sensitive over everything. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying. Like I feel like most people are good people. We could take them at their word that they're good people. We don't need a backstory on how they're wonderful and liberal and accepting. Like we could take 5 minutes to just have a conversation.
I just wish you would stop insulting every group of people.
I do not insult
every group of
people. Just Puerto Ricans. All right, stop.
See,
that's just jokes. I could have said Jewish people. I could have said anything. All Asians.
Right. Starbucks
CEO.
Yeah.
So the guy at Chipotle this is a good chance to clap back at all the influencers out there. These people, I can't stand some of them. They're all, Chipotle's not giving us the right size of, I'm not getting enough meat on my burrito. And so they started staging walkouts and all this stuff, and it was this whole huge wave of issues on social media. Turns out that this CEO took the market cap of Chipotle from like 2 billion to 50 billion. Like, this guy is a whiz. Now, I would argue that Chipotle is shit now. It's not nothing of what it used to be. They're making that much money because they're not spending as much on quality ingredients the way they used to.
Yeah.
It's still better than McDonald's, but it's still not that great, not compared to what it used to be. Like, remember what it used to be? You used to be able to eat an entire burrito at Chipotle and feel fine.
I remember a long time ago, I don't know how many, like more than a decade ago, I'm sure, getting a burrito from Chipotle, and it was like this, it felt like
huge.
It was like a gigantic friggin', I don't know, it felt like I was holding like a those like sacks of flour you get from the store?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like in my hand. It was like 10 pounds, and I'm like, how am I going to eat this? And it was like packed with shit.
Yeah, it was delicious. You could eat it, and you didn't feel sick the next day.
No, I definitely felt sick.
Oh,
but
okay.
Because I would power through and eat the whole thing.
Now that burrito is half the size, and you feel disgusting immediately afterwards because he's cost cutting, and it's smaller and all that stuff. All right. Anyway, so fast forward. Turns out all this movement on social. Everybody's gonna have a movement now. A part of the movement. Let's start a boycott.
Oh, geez.
Basically,
it ticked off Anthony.
It did nothing. It did nothing for Chipotle. They got a huge thing, so much so that Starbucks, who's dying under their recent new CEO, they're like, we got to purchase this guy. We got to get this guy. So they make him an offer, and they literally purged him from Chipotle. You know how hard that is to get a CEO to just leave? There's so much golden parachutes in their retirement packages.
Right.
To get them to leave that stuff behind, I mean, you have got to be.
When it's Starbucks, they're not going anywhere.
So listen to this. Listen to the absurdity behind this. His salary, this is a different type of absurdity. His salary is $1.6 million a year. 1.6 million. He got a $10 million sign-on bonus.
Jeez.
He's got a $75 to $80 million one-time equity replacement grant that will be spaced out over 3 years to cover any value in Chipotle stock that he gave up to go to Starbucks. So whatever he had, they were like, no problem, we'll cover that for you.
That's insane.
He's got other annual cash and stock awards that are also a part of the arrangement. All told, he could be pulling in $113 million just from going there.
Just walking through the door and being like, I'm the new guy.
But that's what's so absurd. He'll get 113 million, yet his base salary is only 1.6 million. That's not crazy. It's pretty average. But you're like, yeah, but wait a second, $10 million signing bonus, all the stock options and everything. He's making a fuckload more than $1.6 million a year. That's kind of bullshit.
Right.
I think that's fucking crazy, but I guess that's what you need to attract.
It's unbelievable what these people are pulling in.
$113 million. I'm like, there ain't a number on the back of his shirt. What the fuck? Used to be athletes, were the only ones pulling these crazy huge salaries. Now CEOs are making like athlete money. Like, who would give a shit about a CEO's salary outside of the business news people? Here we are talking. This is a big story. He's making baseball, football type money.
Which that alone is absurd, but still.
Yeah.
You're running a gigantic company. That's true. But it's an absurd amount of money.
Yeah, because what's crazy is, you're basically, to be a good CEO these days, you got to be a good HR person. Because that's really all you're doing is hiring people and putting them in a position. The CEO doesn't touch more than 10 people a week. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you got to have like ideas, and you got to approve shit and not approve this and not approve that,
Yeah, no, of course.
It's not just appointing people.
Of course, but you got to get the right people to suggest those ideas to you, and
Yeah,
you're not
true.
sitting there alone by yourself.
I'm sure maybe he has one idea.
I've got one idea. Call everybody in here. Let's have a meet. Oh, and that's the other thing too. He doesn't want to move to Seattle, so they're letting him work remote, and they will build him like a Seattle retreat so that he can come here sometimes to do things. So he'll have like a whole, mansion to stay at while he is in
Jeez.
town. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
Lord.
Chipotle,
How much tax is he paying on that hundred and
oh,
whatever million?
probably not enough. Well, that's the other thing too. It's all taxed differently. Signing bonuses are taxed differently from salary. It's taxed differently
Why?
from. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the way it is.
You're taking money in. That's it. That should
Yeah.
be it.
Neither Starbucks or Chipotle is a franchise. They're both owned by the corporation. It's all corporate stores, which is crazy to think. We were supposed to get another Starbucks over here, but I don't know if it's happening now, which is kind of rare. That's something you don't really see them announce something and then close it. They closed the Starbucks in downtown Manhattan that made the news because they're like, how
How
is
does that
this?
happen?
Yeah, I mean, these stores are busy, and this was one of the
Now,
first.
when you say downtown, do you mean like Wall Street or do you mean like the Village?
I want to say it was like around 14th Street or something like that.
All right. So you're probably in like villagey area. So you're
Yeah,
a lot of little coffee places that people would probably go to
I
more.
don't know. They didn't say why, and they haven't said yet. A lot of people are just assuming they're going to open up in a different location. Like it's hard to believe that Starbucks would close.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like McDonald's don't close.
It's all downtown.
Yeah.
Robin.
What is that from?
Seinfeld. Come
Seinfeld?
on, man. That's your answer. It's all downtown.
Where did he not want to go to date somebody? Was it the other side or was it like the
Yeah.
upper west? Well,
Oh man.
wasn't there some girl that it was like, oh, this is just too far away?
Yeah, you're right. I can't remember where though. But that's hilarious. The downtown. What, the Petula Clark song? Yeah. When you're alone and life is making you lonely. This is so stupid. Downtown. All right.
Paul says he's not a fan of Starbucks. I like
No,
Starbucks.
He says Star sucks.
Oh, good one. I didn't see that. I'll tell you what, Starbucks out of the like I'm Starbucks over Dunkin'.
I'm not a big coffee guy, so I avoid that whole thing.
I did 4 weeks without coffee. I'm back on coffee. I couldn't be happier. I'm over the moon for it. I don't know. What do you do? Like, there's not to me. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I take a nap.
Cup of coffee.
That's it. You don't fight the body, Jerry, because that's an argument you can't win. No, you get tired. I don't know. Watch something. You get up. You move around. Get the blood pumping a little bit, or take a nap.
I love a little cup of coffee. The other day, I had to leave the house early, and I had something to do for a couple hours. So I was like, I need something. I was like, not coffee. I can't. If I have coffee, I'm gonna have to take a shit. So I got the Starbucks has a new energy juice thing, whatever the fuck it is. So I'm like, let me just get this thing because I do love their little eggs. The little eggs.
Eggs. What eggs?
Yeah, they have little like the little souffles. I forget what they call them. Like egg. They call them egg bites. It's like
Is it an egg?
It's a scrambled egg. A little scrambled egg. There's mushroom and kale in one. There's Gruyere and bacon in another one. And they just they put it in a little tin. They cook it up. So it's like a little bite-sized egg. Delicious. Like delicious.
Is that like $5?
I don't know how much it is.
Is that dessert?
It's probably yeah. There's two little ones, but they have a little guacamole, little crushed avocado. You get that. You dip it in there. Nice little protein start to the day. So I got one of those. I got what I was watching Kicking and Screaming. I was like, let me get some Starbucks eggs. I got
egg things.
I got those, and I got a fucking this new drink, and I'm like, they just figured out a way to make me pay $9 for a fucking Celsius.
Yeah,
I lost you, didn't I?
you did. I don't know what you're talking about. $9 Celsius. I don't know what that means. What are you talking about?
No, it just made me think about like they're coming up with all these new ways to do things, like new ways to make money, and it's like just make the coffee. They don't need you to put Celsius in a fucking cup for me.
Well, that's the thing. They gotta. Oh, we did great this year, but next year we gotta triple our profits. So
Yeah.
we gotta come up with these new things. We gotta put stuff in an egg. We gotta whatever the hell Anthony's saying about whatever he said. So
Well, God knows what the friggin' Starbucks is going to cost us now. That they're shelling out all this cashola to the CEO there.
he's like, I have an idea. We'll just double the price of everything. Brilliant.
What a good idea, sir.
How do we bring in more money? Just charge more. Oh,
Yeah. Last thing here, Frankie. See, before we hit our little game time,
love it.
we've got a brawl in Turkish Parliament. I like a little fist
This
fight.
video.
This video courtesy of the AP. You want to see it? It got a little nasty. Here it is for everybody who's watching. One guy's at the stage. Go and knock someone.
Do we know what happened? Why?
Yeah, they were talking about politics. They're throwing fists. Look at all these women in there trying to pull people out.
Jeez.
Guys just throwing fists. Look at this. Look at this one in the white jacket, close to the camera. Ellen DeGeneres is there somehow.
She's taking a selfie.
Yeah. Then see the woman in the thing on her. There's everybody's nana. It's everybody's grandma. And it's
Guys in the
raining.
back, it's just swinging.
Yeah. On top of desks. They were gathered for quite a while. Video courtesy of the AP News. Look at the blood on the stairs. I don't know who that hot rod was in that little blazer, but she was all right with me.
you and the Blazers. Good Lord. So we don't know what they were arguing about and what led to the fists?
I think it was J Sab's cousin, to be honest with you. I feel like it's causing quite an international...
I could see that. Her family, man. They're not going to be happy until they cause an international incident.
Yeah, but the blood, though, I mean, my God, like whoever. Yeah. Here's the other thing, too. I was just going to they kind of fight like, watching amateurs fight is hilarious. Like
it's very embarrassing to see. Usually it's very just like, you roll your eyes and you go, you look stupid.
Yeah, you do. But whatever it was, that first guy connected. I like a little passion in a government, not mine, but in other ones. I like to watch the neighbors make out of themselves.
I'm sure there's going to be some legal action. This guy just swung at me, and out of nowhere, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of repercussions there.
Yeah. You know what? We bring in Aaron here for Blind Top 5. Do you remember? I was watching a documentary on Obama, and do you remember during one of his State of the Unions, a congressperson shouted something out?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So he's given a speech, maybe I think it was his first State of the Union, and one of the Congress people was yelled out, "You lie," when he was saying something, and he like pointed at them like like a parent's like.
Mm-hmm.
Like didn't say anything, but don't make me come over there, kind of a thing. And the guy never said anything else. And it was a Republican congressperson. I forget who he was. He apologized the next morning. He was like, "I realized everybody, the Republicans and the Democrats, both gave it to this guy till he was like, I really fucked up." He apologized and had a press conference to apologize the next morning. That was 2009,
probably
9.
Yeah. Fast forward to Marjorie Taylor Greene and whoever yelling at top of their lungs during the State of the Union, and nobody says a thing.
Well, didn't a Democrat do it to Trump?
Did they?
I thought maybe they did. I could be wrong about that. Well, either way, it's not. You're right, but that's the point. Like, it's like that was a whole big apology thing for the guy because it was never done.
Both sides came together and said that was wrong. That's the point.
The Republican leadership was like, "You better fucking apologize the next day, or else you're going to be on your ass."
DJ Shenanigan has a good point.
Aaron never gets to come on after a nice subject.
That's true. Aaron brought this up a little while ago. Yeah, every time she comes on, It's after we're talking about like a terrible thing.
What's terrible about this, though? I feel like this is a good topic.
This is the
Okay.
best one so far, but thank you, DJ Shenanigans, for keeping score at home.
Is that right?
No, you're always like, and then the puppy died.
And here's Aaron. Let's
time
play
for blind top 5, and I'm always like, oh my god.
All right. You know what? Good note, everybody. I'm going to be a lot more mindful of the topic selection.
We'll rearrange these a little bit.
Yeah. All right, I'm
just grab
excited,
a
Aaron.
pad. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God! How did we get this guy prepared?
I thought, that's my fault. That's my fault. I moved the pen that was there.
Look
I'll
at
tell you why. I'll tell you a
good
little story.
teammate. No, you're taking the bullet for him, and you don't have to. But go ahead.
What
No,
happened?
is it
What I
okay if I
missed?
tell a quick story today? About
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to ask his permission.
It
You
has
do
nothing
whatever
to do
you
with
want.
anything. Okay, so here's the thing. So 10 years ago, I had a manager at my previous job named Tom. Oh, Frank, I said I was going to change the names. I'm not changing any names. So
Okay.
I couldn't think of any. So, and I'm a writer. So, I had a manager named Tom 10 years ago, and his wife was Asian, a touch bohemian, and pregnant, and I knew her name was Jackie. So that's all I knew about her. I'd never met her.
Wait, leave space for Frank to apologize for the fact that you mentioned an Asian person. All right, go ahead.
I hate
Oh.
you.
So we were all at this bar one night, the entire editorial department. I'm an editor, and this woman comes in. She's Asian. She's slightly bohemian. She doesn't look pregnant, but she's hugging Tom really tightly. And I'm like, oh, a couple of drinks in, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jackie. And he's calling her Jax. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. So I go over to her and I'm like, congratulations. And this woman who works with me behind me is going, not Jackie, not Tom's wife, not pregnant.
Oh,
So-
no.
So this woman goes, congratulations on what? And I go, for you being you. And she's like, thank you so much. And she hugged me. And this morning I had a meeting and I find out she's my new boss.
Ah,
Yeah.
you're
She
kidding.
looks the same. Her name is Jax. And I started grabbing the pen that was there and I just started clicking it because I was like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't remember me, because we all had to go on camera. I don't think she does. But and then I guess I took the pen away. So that's why there's no pen there.
Ah, okay.
Here's what.
That's hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I can't believe it.
It's-
Erin, she's going to put it together at some point, don't you
You
think?
know, it's so weird because like my friend
Hope
Lish,
she
the
doesn't-
one who walked down the aisle with you that you never remember, she and I were starting to think of ways that if we ever have to congratulate her, we use like alternate terms like best wishes or wonderful projection or just something stupid so that I never have to say congratulations to her because I don't want her to ever remember who I was.
It's like the laugh from Seinfeld. Oh, that laugh is tattooed on my brain. I don't know. Like, I hope she doesn't watch the show.
No, I was thinking about the one with George. Remember where he's in the back of the photo? That's what I was thinking of.
you airbrushed the wrong guy out.
Erin, your little story fit into 2 storylines on Seinfeld. We could go either way.
It's true. Oh boy. Okay, so speaking of working into things, this blind top 5, Anthony, I lied again. It's there are 2 that go kind of together. They're going to go together. And the first one is a little unpleasant, and the second one is not unpleasant. It's because I like to end on good things. So the
Hint,
first
hint,
thing-
jackass.
yeah. So the first, I don't know why I always come for you. The first blind top 5 has 5 spaces, and the second one has 6. Earlier today, I told Anthony it was 5 and 5. Now it's 5 for the first, 6 for the second. Do you think we need to go over the rules?
Not only did you tell me, but you assured me. I'm
know.
gonna go back and see if it was a guarantee. Because if it was a guarantee, we're gonna have a real problem.
Okay.
No. Okay. All right. So blind top 5 rules. Erin is going to give us 5 items. We have to rank them without knowing what's coming next.
There you go. That was quick.
What's the topic?
Okay. The first one is called, going back to your Monday your Monday topic. It's called On a Plane. Okay.
Okay.
On a
Okay.
plane.
Now, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the title, but before we play this game, I need you to you know what? Forget it. I don't need you to do anything. Okay. So These are 5 things that you will encounter on a 3-hour plane ride. And the worst one, you want to move toward 1, and the one that you can tolerate the most, you'd want to move toward 5. But none of these are good things. Cool?
Okay,
Okay.
top 5 annoyances on a plane. 1, the most annoying. 5, the least annoying. Okay.
And I feel like there was something else to say about that. And it's a 3-hour flight. Cool?
3-hour flight.
Okay.
Got it.
Number 1 is the toilet malfunctions and it smells.
Oh,
Coming out of the gate swinging.
where am I seated? Does it matter, or does the whole plane stink?
No, it doesn't matter. The whole plane's thing.
Oh shoot!
Damn.
That's terrible. How far into the flight are we?
17
'Cause
minutes.
Oh damn!
That was specific. I like that. That was really
There's 2 hours and 43 minutes left of the flight.
Can I use the bathroom?
Yeah, you can use the other one.
Okay. Okay. Does it work in bathroom? Because if there wasn't a working bathroom, that makes it worse.
It's 3 hours. You could survive. But
Robin would rather crash. Come on, Robin.
Speak for yourself. I can't last three hours holding in a wee wee. Are you crazy?
It's 3 hours.
I gotta have my prostate tested, I think.
The problem is the smell. If it stinks for 3 hours, that's going to be rough. I'm going. I'll go 2 on that one.
A lot of 2s and 3s coming in. Robin went number 1. Robin went number 1 fast.
I'm putting bathroom broken.
Where'd you put it?
2.
I feel like 3 is such a cop out. Although a lot of 3s. I'm criticizing all you people, but that's where I'm thinking of going. It's tough because this is a heavy one. I don't know how bad these other ones are going to be now. I don't know. Erin seems angry. She seems
Angry.
She
I'm
seems.
not angry.
Oh, it feels like you picking the bathroom one at first is an angry. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I really don't.
Oh. Well, that's why we have the second one. It's nicer.
And you also did say this is a not nice one.
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
fair.
So yeah, these are annoyances on a plane. They're not going to be. It's not going to be pleasant.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to put broken bathroom at number 3. I'm copping out with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
No. The number 1 is the one you think is the worst.
Yes. Good job
Okay.
correcting. Good job. Okay, Aaron.
Oh, Raven, it was the toilet malfunctions and it smells. There's another toilet you can use, but it smells no matter where you are, and it's 17 minutes into a 3-hour flight. That was the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is a nonstop screeching, crying baby.
Yes, I knew it.
Now, is this baby right next to me, or is this baby a couple seats away?
No, you can hear it from everywhere, though, just like
See,
the smell.
That I'm not. That's not so bad because I could pop on the earbuds, and we've done that. Remember, Aaron? I think one of the last flights we were on, there was a baby, yelling and screaming. Throw on the headphones, you don't hear a thing.
You know
Baby
what?
screams, "You lie, baby! You terrible baby!"
You bring up a good point. I think you might have just swung a high-ranking thing to a low-ranking thing for me.
Yeah, if you don't have headphones, it's a nightmare. But if you could throw on a movie or a song or something, some music, and you pop in the earbuds, you could drown that out pretty good.
I think you're right.
So I'm putting that at number 5. I could deal with that.
I'm going to do the same. The headphones changing the game. Screaming baby is bad though.
Oh yeah, if you can't block it out somehow, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But thank God for headphones.
Yeah, headphones saves the day.
Yeah.
We had a
We do
screaming.
have access to headphones in this scenario, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't say we didn't. That's a good call.
You bring on whatever you're going to normally bring on a plane.
I'll never forget. We tried to take Mike because we were terrified. The only worse than a screaming baby, I swear to God, is your own screaming baby. Because you have the added, I feel bad. I can't get this baby to shut up on top of,
There's a screaming kid.
Yeah. One time we tried to time it when Michael was first born to where he would fall asleep on the plane. This motherfucker did not sleep at all until
Now,
we
did he
were 2 minutes away from landing.
See, Did he sleep in the car ride there?
No.
All right, so you got to keep poking and waking him up. Hey, you sleep on the plane, you.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. No,
I can't sleep on planes.
you can't.
I can imagine, like we've never taken really, really, really long flights where you have no choice. I have a feeling if I'm on like a 12-hour flight, I'll probably sleep. But I'm just so uncomfortable in the chair. I can't. First of all, you're sitting up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I'm just so uncomfortable. I can't just pass out. I probably could if I really had to and was like exhausted, but I never really do.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, Aaron. I'm ready for the next one. You made a good point. I got no retort.
All right. Shut you up.
Okay, this is what I wanted to say before I said on a plane. I wanted you to think of the person you like least in the world that's alive. Could be someone in your personal life, could be a celebrity, could be a politician. It's somebody you really, really dislike sitting next to you. And you don't have to talk to them, but you can't switch seats.
This is tough.
Oh,
I'm trying to think
boy.
who I really don't like. It's Trump for Frank. I
got someone.
Okay. We all knew that right away, right? Could you
Yeah.
imagine sitting next to? Wait, let me think about that for a little while. Do you have to spread your legs? Can't you close your legs? Give me some more room.
I feel like I'm gonna get this in my face the whole time. It's gonna be a hand in my face.
I came in here and I thought, I hope I don't sit next to a liberal. And then I walked in the plane and I said, wow, look at this liberal.
At some point, I'm gonna be covered in Diet Coke.
They tell me he's a bad seat partner. A lot of bad things.
You got to go by what's the comedian's name that the guy that was on SNL?
Shane Gillis.
Yeah. You got to go by his formula of we walk into a place, you say something about the place, and then you repeat that you said something about the place. Like, wow, this is a huge plane. I walked into this plane and said, wow, this is a huge plane. that's his formula for everything.
That's what he does. That's what he does. Though. Yeah. Oh, he said He said the other day the immigrants are taking the jobs. They're taking so many, nearly 100%. Actually, more than 100%. He literally said more than 100%. No,
This guy obviously doesn't know how anything works. So
there's no such thing as more than 100%. It's 100%. You can say something has increased 120%.
You sure can.
There's literally no more. In a
more
thing.
than 100%, huh?
Yeah, there's no more. 100% of anything.
They made up jobs and then took those jobs. they created new jobs and took them. That's what happened.
Actually, frankly, more than 100%. I'm like, what? What are you saying? Oh, how about the fact that he did? I meant to say this before. He did a press conference on the economy and affordability, and their idea was, let's go to the supermarket and we'll buy the items that are costing Americans a lot of money, like bacon and eggs and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and then we'll put some fancy things. No, Frank, no. They had this whole setup at this press conference, and it wasn't behind him.
Oh, it was off of each side.
So everybody who took the soundbite of the thing, he's up there standing by himself, looking like a crazy person, being like, "Look at the eggs, the big." Like nobody can see the eggs. You got to put it in front of him, around him. And by the way, they did a complaint. The whole press conference was about the cost of food and inflation and how average Americans cannot live and survive. And he held the press conference at Bedminster Golf Club, which costs like $50,000 for a day pass, and you got to have $10 million to be there. That's where instead of, I swear to God, I could be such a better campaign. Instead of saying, sir, we have to go to the market anyway to get these items. Why don't we put you in the supermarket next to the fucking overinflated bacon, and you could make your point there, amongst the people who you're trying to get votes from. Yeah. No, instead it's at the fucking country club. Yeah. What a dumb fuck. I swear to God. How hard is it to be like, I have an idea. Why don't we put the former president in the fucking King Cullen and the Stop and Shop and let him be next to the chicken aisle talking
because
about
nothing
how
he does is
expensive
normal. He's a fucking batshit crazy.
No, I'm sorry.
You
That's
can't
not
look
even.
at the guy.
That's not even him. That's a campaign manager that should be shot in the face for that fucking.
All right, easy.
Let's do it in the front of Bedminster. You know, the $112 million fucking country club.
Yeah, yeah. This guy's looking out for the little guy. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Let me go take a shit on my golden toilet.
I don't know what's worse, that yesterday or the fucking press conference at the Four Seasons.
That was a fucking. I can't. How that wasn't the blunder that just sunk his whole fucking thing. I mean, everything he does should have sunk his whole thing. But the fact that they went to the Four Seasons landscaping company instead of the Four Seasons hotel next to next to like a dildo store. That's where they were, at a Four Seasons landscaping company next to a sex shop. That's where they had that big press conference.
I'll never forget Janine's sister-in-law told me that story because I had seen it popping up everywhere and just I just ignored it because I'm like, I don't know, who cares?
We hire the best people.
When
we know what we're doing. Yeah. Okay.
When I saw it, I thought they were trying to do a press conference like in front of the small business. Like that's what I thought they were doing. I didn't realize they were legit. She was like, Aunt, no. And I'm like, haha, Lee, funny. And she's like, no. They were really going. And I'm like, really? And then I had to look it up and everything.
How does that? I mean, nobody goes ahead to these places, scouts them out. The president's going to be here, or a lot of senior officials are going to be here. Nobody went ahead and said, all right, we got to check this place out.
I would have loved to have taken that call. Hello?
Four Seasons.
Yes.
I guess.
I just got no, the call from the first person who I just got here and how do I put this? Are you at the concierge? No.
Well,
I'm in lawn mowers.
Technically, no. I'm in lawn mowers. Oh, God.
You know who I pictured? Well, you never watched Veep, but the tall, lanky.
I've seen Veep.
Okay, the tall, lanky guy who's the lead. I picture him being the one who.
Oh, absolutely, a big screw up.
Okay, to be fair, to
be fair, it said Four Seasons, and that's where we are. So.
It cuts off on the Google search when on the phone.
Four Seasons. I don't see why not. Hey, Bob, can we have a press conference here with the president and fucking Giuliani and whoever the hell else?
I thought it was weird they didn't have to check with corporate to okay it, but I just thought,
Sure, we could put out bottled water, I guess. I mean, how many people are you thinking? What the hell? Right in the parking lot, huh? All right.
Oh, God.
We got to check with the dildo store next door, but sure, it should be fine. God. Nobody just Googled the address once? Oh, where are we going? Here? Okay.
Giuliani with a stupid list, but I'm in front of a dildo store. Where am I? Where am I? Did I pass it?
Is it behind the dildo store? Where the hell am I going?
You know it sounds like that, but it's so good.
What the fuck talks like?
You're kind of doing nerd mixed with Princess Bride guy.
That's close. Tell me if you don't take a nerd and Princess Bride guy.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And smash them together. You don't get Giuliani.
It's good. It's good.
Inconceivable. All right, let's go.
All right, we're only 2 in here. Damn it! Come on.
We are 3 in.
Oh, I didn't write one down then.
Okay. Sitting next to your enemy, the person you hate. You got that one?
That's what I haven't written down. See, we got off on a tangent. Okay. Oh, because I was trying to think who I hate. You hate Donald. It would be Donald Trump. Do you hate anybody more than Donald Trump?
I don't hate Donald Trump, but I dislike him very much. No. And it's, I got that at number 1. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I'm going to put that at number 2. Because that's bad. I feel like Erin is still holding one back, holding a big right.
You're gonna get Erin.
Yeah, she's holding a big right back.
Why not Anthony? Because I followed something kind of fun, but then you threw this whole thing in the middle of the game. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I thought maybe DJ Shenanigans would be like not content with her following something kind of nice. They derailed the game into the dildo shop. All right, here we go. Everybody
Yeah.
ready for number 4?
That's true, but we got a new Frank impression out of it, so
What are you
Maybe it's
talking
new to
about?
you, baby. It's not new to me. All right. Everybody ready for number 4?
yeah.
Okay. This doesn't happen, but let's just pretend this happens. Okay. So you have a first class seat, and the stewardess tells you have to relocate to a middle seat in coach, and you are not getting refunded, even the difference of the price. Doesn't happen, but it's not great.
It's not great.
That's a fight.
That's a fight. Now, are you able to contest any of it, or is just the decision is the decision?
No, everything is horrible.
Okay.
And Frank, this would probably be like my worst, right? I hate this. Like, I
This
get
is rough. Yeah.
this for me is like, oh, injustice. I can't do it. Sorry, I know this isn't about me, but this one like made me break out in hives just writing it.
Yeah. I got it at the highest it can go. It was just number 3
What?
because I already had 1 and 2 taken. I only had 3 and 4 available, and changing my seat to a shitty seat and not refunding, that sucks.
No, that's not worse than smelling shit, though. You think?
I don't know. It just
No,
depends
it's
on the
not.
kind of person you are.
No,
I'm
but
just-
I have the bathroom at number 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I have it at 3. I was a little confused. Okay.
Yeah, this is my list. I have number 4 available.
Right now, I have number 1 available because as bad as that is, I feel like there's a big one here.
This is going to be a doozy.
I mean, turbulence. There's a lot of bad things that could go wrong on a plane.
Turbulence sucks.
All right, everyone ready for the last one?
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Okay. This one is nothing goes wrong on the flight, but you don't take off for an hour and 45 minutes after you're supposed to.
Oh.
And you can't leave the plane. You know that rule.
Yeah.
Do you have access to the TV screen in front of you? Like, can you watch a movie?
I was gonna say yes, but I wanted all these to be bad, so no.
I got you. So no. Okay.
But you can watch TV once they take off. I don't know why that matters, but it does. Like you just have to get through the hour 45 minutes.
Gotcha.
That's on my list is messed up. That's number 1 for me. And that's not that bad.
I have it at 4, and I'm happy with. I think I got a good list. I'm happy with this list.
Anthony, I still think you're backwards because number 1's the worst.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The delay is not that bad. It should be lower on the list.
Oh yeah, he got.
I thought you said
yeah.
putting it lower. Okay, got it.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh
What?
my goodness. I have an on-camera JSABs that just popped into the green room.
Wow.
This must be big. Oh my goodness.
No,
What's up? You okay?
no, this is an AI version of me. Don't you know?
Oh, is that
Count your
what it is?
fingers.
Hey, hold on. Oh, okay. No, I just came on here because I just wanted to because somebody in the chat the other day wrote something like, "Is J-Sebs like really alive?" And I was like, let me make sure and tell them that I am.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
that was nice.
That
So
is
there you
nice.
are.
Look at me caring about people and people caring about me.
Are you in an aluminum siding store, right? Oh wait, is that your window? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought that was like siding outside of a house.
That's some small
Where are
siding.
you?
I don't know. I've been drinking.
Where are you?
And that's that.
And that
That's
was
all
it.
you get
That
at
was it.
J-Sebs.
Nobody's
That-
gonna believe us.
That was it.
They're gonna be like,
Wait a
cheap
minute.
folks only paid for 17 seconds of CGI.
And then I could be like, okay, follow my OnlyFans at.
There you go. Janine, I heard a rumor that I don't know if it's appropriate to bring up to you on the air.
What does it have to do with?
Yeah. Okay. A little birdie told me, I don't want to get personal here, but a little birdie told me that you put your children in a summer camp.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it it is a wait
nice and
for it.
nice and
Wait
loud so everybody can hear.
It is well, it's over because it was only 1 week. It was a Bible camp.
Ghislaine Maxwell. This is
Wow.
Ghislaine Maxwell. You're practically
Ghislaine
helping them
Maxwell.
traffic children.
Oh, jeez.
So, okay, now I just want to preface this by saying I am not religious. I grew up Catholic like
This is like
you.
the time she said she doesn't believe in masks and then wore one through an airport when she didn't have to.
But I'm not as religious.
Man, Anthony's just coming for you.
That's it. Wait, I'm sorry, Anthony.
Bro, I wrote material for this. Are you kidding me? I got a list of 20 things in front of me.
You, I'm sorry. Who went to Catholic school their entire life?
Me, I did.
Right.
Aaron did, yeah.
And he does not believe in. I actually don't know what you believe in, but I really don't.
I like that. I like it that way. You're the.
Wait a minute. No. Here we go. You went to Catholic school your whole life and you baptized your kids. I did. Not.
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing she didn't give me shit for, the baptism.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You're like, yeah, if that's what you're into. You know, you gave me one of those.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're into.
And then during what else did we do? What was the new thing?
Bris?
No. What was the one? Communion? Did we just do communion?
Oh, yeah, you did that too.
Yeah, baptism 2.0. She gave me an envelope at the party and goes, how much more of the shit I got to go through? Enough already.
Wouldn't that be funny if the card said if that's what you're into, like instead of like your first Holy Communion? I just thought it'd be fun. If that's what you're into, and then it's crazy.
Okay, so
you're the least religious person I know is the point. Go ahead.
Exactly. But
that's not true.
Who's less religious than her?
Her brother?
Her brother.
You think so?
Yeah, like I feel like it's all he says when we hang out.
All right, maybe.
I did it because it said learn a new story, crafts, art and crafts, snack time, and games. And I was like, okay. But here's the kicker. This is the real reason why I did it. $50 per kid a week. 9 to 12. Are you kidding me?
How
that is shady. Go wrong?
How could you go wrong? Many ways. That's too cheap.
Those children are being trafficked.
$60 a day.
What happened?
Our dog is $60 a day for dog daycare.
Holy shit! Are you for real?
Whenever he goes to a camp, we call it. It's $60.
She paid $50 a week for a kid, for a human.
How many hours a day were they gone?
It was 9 to 12.
So 3, same amount.
3 hours. That's
only 3 hours, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it, and if they hate it, whatever. Well, now one of them keeps singing this song. I got the love of Jesus inside my heart. I was like,
that's straight out of The Simpsons. Watch The Simpsons.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you watch it's like one of the biggest, the most famous episodes where Homer skips church.
Oh wait, I think I know that one.
Watch that one. And Ned and his family are trying to get Homer to come back to the church, and they sing that song to him.
Because he's very religious with his name.
Yeah, because Ned Flanders is, and they're in like the car next to him, and they're with the guitar. Down in my heart. Yeah.
Right.
What I feel like a C stood for?
Yes. Okay, so one of the songs. Wait a minute. So they have like, every day, and then they're like, Friday is going to be like a church. They're going to do a performance. And I was like, what? So they're like, yeah, come at 12, meet in the church. They're going to sing. So I was like, oh God. So they hand me this paper. And one of the songs is called I'm a C. And I could not, I fucking died laughing, right? And I was like, oh my God, what could this song be?
I'm a C.
Yeah, but really it's I'm a Christian, and they spell out Christian. So I don't know why.
They spelled out Christian on the program.
Exactly.
There's plenty of room on that line from what I recall.
We saw the paper.
Yeah, that someone needs to rework that title.
So yeah, it was it was actually really funny. So yeah.
So no
So-
worry at all that your children are being.
Well,
you handed
well-
those kids right over to the Catholic Church fast.
yeah, I was like, go ahead.
$50, you got it. Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. Now the older one is like, Dad, I have a question. God created everything? Like, that's what he did? He created everything and went, or evolution. Well, it depends on who you ask. And she goes, what's evolution? I'm like, well, the Big Bang Theory. Well, what's the Big Bang Theory? And then husband goes, we'll talk about that when you're 10.
Okay.
So I'm like, it depends. It depends because she's like, did God invent birds? Did God make this? And I'm like, yes.
Should just told her birds aren't real.
Right.
Birds Here's a podcast you should watch. Birds aren't real.
I also then she goes, wait, did God create Adventureland?
Oh, that's sweet.
I was like,
cute.
oh God. So yeah, so pretty funny, but yeah, that's about the extent of religion.
Like,
in
no,
our
a
house.
corporation came together and bought a piece of land. And
I just love
Right.
that. I love how Janine's standards go out the window for a discount. That
Hell
was my
yeah.
favorite. And I listen. The first thing I thought when I heard that was, man, Janine really does not like her children. And then the second thing I thought was, is there anything like that around us?
Listen, I'm not going to go crazy and send them to like religion like you do, but you know.
We do. We're so awful at it too. They have to go to these church things, and we go, and they're not into it, and like we're trying to get them to be into, but we're not into it.
Well, let me ask you, why do you make them? Why did you do it if you're not into it?
Because
You feel like that's just like the thing to do.
I'm vaccinated. I'm a
figures.
sheep. I just follow the crowd. I don't know how to do my own
Well,
research.
Right.
I mean, I use Google, Janine, not even DuckDuckGo. So I'm just.
No.
I'll tell you what. The reason why I did this, and I feel like I've said this before, is because that's how I was brought up, and I want to give them the same basis that I had, but a little bit more choice the older that they get.
But look how you turned out.
Point Janine.
It's a good point.
And you went to Catholic school your whole entire life. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Because I feel like whether you believe in religion or not, the idea of religion is a little bit of self-control. Let's not go murder people and steal from them and, sleep with everybody. There's a little bit of like a self-governor. It's a conscience. It's like it's an extra layer of protection for yourself. I feel like, looking back.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, looking back on religion, I don't necessarily believe all the things. In fact, I know they're not true. But the parables and the stories and the point, it's there to teach you something, right? So that kind of, I feel like you're doing that to your children, whether it's from a religious standpoint or not. You're instilling things in them, a set of standards. You're doing that anyway. This is a way to help that process along. That's how I view it.
Well, the older one said to me, you know what? You can show Jesus you love him by being nice to your sister. And then the little one goes, no, you don't. I went, yeah, exactly.
They went to the same camp?
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. The other one started to burn in there actually when she stepped in the church.
Oh, jeez.
Did the little holy water steam up when she went in?
Yeah, exactly. Started like rippling as she walked past it.
Jeez.
That's funny. No, it's so funny that I was like, wow, that's a good deal. I'm like, I wonder if we have anything like that around us.
Listen, when it came up, I was like, oh. I was like, whatever. And then I forgot about it. And then the woman emailed me and I was like, oh, yeah. The way they acted last week, I was like, yes, please. I was like, do you have extra holy water for the younger one? Thanks.
Can you douse this one? Is baptism? No. Just an extra, we need a layer.
Just so we're covered.
Yeah.
That's it.
I forgot you didn't baptize your children or
I did
whatever.
not.
all the steps.
Nope.
You don't feel bad about it?
No. Because to me, it wasn't really something that was important. But it's just something that it wasn't like, oh my God, we have to do this.
That wasn't a prerequisite for doing the camp?
Nope.
See, and I feel like Janine always has to be I appreciate this because I feel like I'm a certain way. And then when I see somebody else be like 10 times more than that, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You know, like she's a rebel more so than anyone else I know. She's just like,
Really?
Oh, I think you are. I think you love. I thought I loved going against the grain. I think you love it. Like you love.
Really?
I feel like yeah, because
else?
in my heart of hearts, I don't really believe you have a problem with baptizing your children. I just think because everybody expects you to, you're like, fuck that. I'm not doing it now. I really think it's more that than.
No, I have to say, it really wasn't like, even for my husband, he was like, for what?
No, it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's not really something that, like, it wasn't of importance to us, I guess. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't like a
I'm getting
pressing
that.
issue.
Starting to get that point.
It wasn't like a pressing issue. It wasn't like when I got pregnant, oh my God, who's going to be the godparents? Never even thought about that at all.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go to church. He doesn't. I don't think he even believes in God. He doesn't. I do. I just don't believe in organized religion so much.
Unless there's a discount.
Frank's making judgy eyes.
No, I was judging.
not.
He doesn't. He's tapped out. He stopped listening to you an hour
Yeah.
ago.
I'm waiting for the next game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still another game?
Yeah, we got a part 2. We got a part 2, which starts right
Sorry,
now.
Aaron. Aaron's probably like,
No, it's fine. I'm just wondering if you want to save it for next week. Is everyone still?
No,
I mean, this is
let's
a hard
do
act
it.
to follow. You know,
Let's do it.
religion and children.
religion, politics. Let's talk about politics next, Aaron. Then.
Let's do that. But everyone's still game. I can to use.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was Janine. The first part was bad things that could happen on an airplane, and this is I'm sorry, I accidentally closed the document.
Can you show me the list, Frank?
Oh,
Sure.
I found it. What?
Is this good things that have happened on an airplane?
No, this is places. This is magical places that you've been rewarded to. You can go to. They don't exist in reality, but
Hold on a minute.
Oh,
I would
fun.
have to say, can I just do this really quick?
Go ahead.
yeah.
Baby screams would be number 1 for me.
See, then we brought up the point of if you have headphones, you could tune it out.
Yeah, but I feel like they never really work for baby screams.
All right.
Number 2 would be sitting next to enemy. Number 3 would be bathroom broken.
So that the point of the bathroom broken is the bathroom's broken and it smells throughout the entire plane. It's also a 3-hour flight.
Yeah. Number 4 would be
So seat change is they ask you you're in a first class seat. They ask you to change your seat and they don't refund you. And now you're sitting in a middle seat in coach. And late takeoff is an hour and 45 minutes. You have to sit on the plane before you can take off.
and number 3 would be seat change, and number 4 would be seat change, number 5 would be late takeoff.
I bet you I have Janine's true number 1.
What's that?
The air conditioner's not working.
I would die.
Is that not the worst thing that could happen to you on a plane?
Yes.
That's the worst.
Nailed it.
Yes.
She does not like being hot.
Nope.
There. Yeah.
Oh, and you forgot another one, sitting next to my kids. On one.
No, we said people we hate.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Nice.
kids are the people when you sit down. They're like, "Have you heard the good news?" And you're like, "Oh gosh."
All right, game number 2.
Okay, so
Next time we
um,
see Janine's kids, they're going to be in little nun outfits. Okay. All right. Now we're done. Sorry, go ahead.
I got the love of Jesus inside. Oh, and then wait. I just want to say this.
God.
My daughter, when we were at Adventureland before, my daughter sang, "I got the love of Jesus inside my butthole."
Oh, God.
Jeez.
That's my
I
kids,
don't-
too. Everything has to do with their ass now, all of a
I
sudden. One
know.
day they woke up and.
No, they hung
Everything.
out with my kids. That's what happened.
Oh, is that what it was?
God.
All right, Aaron, here we go. Fictitious places we want a vacation in. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's just the idea that you survived this horrible flight. So these are fun, magical places that don't exist in reality that you can go to. And number one is the most appealing, and number six, that's right, not five, six, is the one that intrigues you the least. But they're all good places.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so number one is Wonderland. Oh, and you're only there for one day, so just one day, and then you get to fly back on a
was a little
perfectly okay flight.
Okay.
So number one is Wonderland from Alice in Wonderland. You get to see all the stuff,
Hmm.
you know, all the weird little optical illusions, and crazy
Do
little
Do you
trains.
get? Go ahead.
That's it. What?
No, you go. I'm not that confident in mine.
Okay. Mine's not a joke. Mine is just, do you get to like do all the things that she did, like grow large and shrink and all that shit?
And nothing will hurt you. You don't have to worry about like
All right.
getting your head chopped off or anything.
Because I have to say, with one exception in that story, every person in Alice in Wonderland is a dick.
It's true.
They're all jerks, and they're trying to confuse her or kill her or just mess with her in some way. Except for there's like a lizard guy who's painting a house and he gets launched off the roof. Outside of him, everybody else is a jerk. So I don't know if I want to be in a land full of jerks, even though it's magical. I'll put that one at 5.
Aaron, I have a question. Can we be on acid?
Yeah, sure. If you can find it.
And that's going up from 5 to 3 for me. I'm gonna get fucked up, dude. I'm gonna ride it out.
You're gonna enjoy Wonderland.
We're gonna see some shit. All right, Janine said 2. I guess she's not talking. She's just texting.
Okay. Let's see. We got 5, 4, 4, 1 for Lindarella.
All right, go ahead, Aaron. What's the next one?
Okay, the next one is the futuristic world of Back to the Future. With all the
Oh,
gadgets, just for a day.
Number 1.
oh, that's big.
Number 1.
You got flying cars. You got hoverboards. You got all those
Pepsi.
crazy.
What was the Pepsi?
Pepsi, please?
What was the Pepsi called though? Remember?
It was just Pepsi.
No, Pepsi Perfect
Oh, you're right.
in the cafe when he's
call.
ordering it. Do you remember?
I think you're right.
Somebody will get it. Rob
Frank,
will
you order fruit.
I'm sorry.
Fruit.
get it. Retract.
Retract. Lorraine, you sure can hydrate a pizza.
Frank says that all the time when we order pizza.
I do say that all the time.
Even the noises though that oven makes and the little bing, like it's so pleasing. Everything in that movie is great.
That is a
True.
wonderful, wonderful thing. The flying cars alone and the hoverboard. What else? The
You are
3D
now
Jaws
dry.
thing.
Remember that?
Yeah, you are now dry. That's a good one. The self-drying jacket, the laced-up shoe. We have those shoes now, but I don't think they're as good as the one. in the movie.
No, the movies
Someone
are
said
top.
Jaws 20.
Yeah, we
George 20.
got a lot of Jawses out of that.
I love
The
that
Cubs
movie.
won the World Series. Which
They
was
beat the Miami team, which at the time there was no Miami team. Now there is. The Marlins
all
play out
right.
of it.
See, it's coming true.
It's weird.
You know what's weird? I can't believe that was 2015
I
in the
know.
movie. That's when it was supposed to take place.
We had such hope in the 80s for the future, didn't we?
9 years ago.
We did nothing with it. We
No.
squandered the whole thing.
And since that movie came out, we're like, oh, I can't wait till 2015. And then we get there, and we're like,
All we got was Biff as president.
so some of it came true. All right. We got the self-walking dog thing. Remember, there was like a scene where
Yeah.
it's nighttime where they go to the house, and there's like that.
We didn't get that. They had
No.
those?
I'm saying
Oh.
in the movie,
Oh, it
there's
was-
like
yeah.
it's like a drone that's walking the dog.
The only thing we got, honestly, was Zoom, FaceTime. That like when he talks to the boss, when the boss dials
That's
in,
true.
all the channels on TV.
Right. Channels.
wasn't the
Yeah,
case.
sure. That's like a streaming thing.
Yeah,
That was
Thank you.
Flea. That was so weird.
That was Flea.
yeah.
He was in, yeah. What else?
What did the Chinese guy say? We were monitoring you. Was it monitoring?
Oh yeah,
Monitoring the transaction is such a particular phrase.
yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, they were listening in on the call. No, it was a sting operation. I was setting him up, and he's got 2 ties. That should happen. Remember when
2
he had 2
ties?
neckties on?
Yeah, that fucking movie's great. No, this is number 1, Aaron. You're not beating this. There's no way.
That's tough.
Number
to
1
beat.
for me, Frank.
I don't know. I put it at number 1, but I feel like I'm gonna get like Star Wars or something cool that's gonna errand me.
I
Both
get
of
you.
your dad's visit, but they're upside down because of copyright.
I threw my damn back out again. Dad, you look and sound different. What's going on here?
All right, Janine has it at 5.
And we do have that thumb thing, I think, where you open the front door.
Yeah,
Push
that's
your thumb
true.
against the pet, right? People have that kind of locks on their stuff, I think.
Welcome home, Jennifer.
I'm young.
All right.
Oral.
All right. Number 3 is the Super Mario World. So you get to spend a day.
Hmm.
Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
You can't get hurt. You're just
Can
running
you-
through.
Can you get like the feather and the star and the?
Yeah, you get everything, but you don't
You
get
get
hurt. You don't die.
That's
You
amazing.
just go through it.
All right, I started writing it at 4. I'm going to leave it there. I almost moved it up to 2. Look at Janine's got it at 1.
Wow.
Are you nuts? Not number 1. What are you 2? Puss bags.
Well, I got Back to the
Jeez.
Future number 1. Super Mario is cool though. You know, the
That is
tunnels
cool.
and everything.
Oh, hold on. I'm
Oh.
gonna ask the roommate. Hold on.
It's a lot of giant turtles coming at you, though. Some of them have wings for some reason.
It's true. Do we get mushrooms?
You get all that stuff. You get mushrooms. You get the feather.
No, I meant like the mushrooms I'm using in Wonderland.
Oh, like the
Hello?
trip on.
Guys,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first one is Wonderland.
a Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Yeah, from
I
Alice in Wonderland.
asked the roommate Super Mario or Back to the Future, and he said Super Mario. Like, he can't even believe that you guys would choose that, and he has a look of disgust on his face.
Well, I chose Back to the Future. Did you put Back to the Future over Mario?
Tell him to come on camera and say that.
Yeah, I got Back to the Future's 1, Mario 2.
Oh, okay.
Aaron, he liked that. He
'Cause
also,
Mario-
he's mouthing the P word and pointing at my phone.
At the phone, at us.
And
Okay.
he put the number 2.
2
What?
pussies.
Yeah, 2 pussy.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm Back to the Future over Mario any day of the week. Come
Me
on.
too. Mario's going to be fun, for sure.
Yeah.
But, come on, flying cars and hoverboards, that sold it for me.
Still didn't happen, but okay.
It did not happen.
Okay, riding Yoshi, the fuck out of here. That
No,
pizza-
fuck. No, come on. The hydrated pizza alone. There's nothing. What do you eat? Mushrooms in Mario? That's no good. The leaf?
Yeah.
You got to walk around in that embarrassing bear flying raccoon costume.
Some
That
radioactive
raccoon
flour.
you could, yeah, exactly.
I think you guys are furries. If I'm going to be honest, I think you and that roommate are furries. Fucking Yoshi and a raccoon. Fucking.
The only way you get money is you hit your head on a block of bricks.
Yeah, you're going to have a headache. I don't think,
Which
you know.
one's economic proposal was that?
And the heat, Janine, the heat. I feel like some of that shit's in the desert. You're not going to like that.
Oh yeah,
There's the
that's
desert.
true.
You're
And
not
there's that
thinking this
underground shit. There's ghosts. Come on.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right,
need
what do we
those.
got here? We're halfway through.
Okay, so number 4 is it's just Hogwarts. You get to do the magic. You get to
Oh.
fly on the broom.
Great.
Oh,
You get to
that's
drink the
cool.
butter beer. You
6.
get to I don't know. You're not going to get
2,
hurt. Oh,
3.
damn it! Sorry.
What happened?
It just keeps it stays on, like the screen forever while you guys talk and all that stuff, and then the minute we play it goes to screensaver, and Frank knows that I have a real hard time typing in my password no matter what it is. It's like anyway, I got it back.
Excellent. No, so Hogwarts, you get to do, and all the magic is real and everything. You get to do all the magic.
I do
Fly around
love.
on a broomstick. That's cool.
I will say, I went to Universal Studios and I did the Harry Potter, and being in the queue, the line, because you're in like the bank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That was awesome. I will say that was kind of almost better than the fucking ride itself. But I'm still putting this at number 6. Harry Potter is just not cool. Can't get into it.
But you're missing the point. You're a wizard in this thing. And you get to do all magic and shit.
And the big deal with the door opens. Who gives a shit?
Door opens.
Fucking open the door. You know, who cares?
It lights up a room. Turn on a lamp or something. Who
Yeah.
gives a shit?
None of those people are using magic for anything good the whole fucking time.
I got it at number 3. So I got. There we go. I have 4 and 6 available now.
I have 2 and 5. Janine,
3,
and what do you have open?
4, and 5.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, 2 more.
It's a
Oh
tight
no,
race.
4 and 6.
You have 4 and 6 open? Yeah, so do I.
Can I tell you, I'm enjoying this one immensely, Aaron. I love this idea of living in these places or visiting these places.
Oh, good. Because I don't think you're gonna like this next one because I should have just made it 5 and eliminated this one. It's the underwater world of SpongeBob. You just underwater and
Oh fuck yeah, that's miserable too. Yeah, that's
yeah. Sorry, but
That's
I don't
not
know. You don't want to live under the sea for like one day.
No,
Let's
not
see.
6.
that. It looks dirty. No,
You got Krabby Patties. You get to try that.
greasy. I don't care for it.
You get to punch Patrick Starfish in his face.
No,
This one doesn't have a lot going on. Sorry.
my list is bad now because I'd rather be in Hogwarts than in the SpongeBob ocean.
Yeah, this one was dumb. Sorry.
That's all right.
No, it wasn't dumb.
that's a
It
good
was
one.
great.
I got it at number 6 because I'm trying to think of what, besides eating a Krabby Patty.
What's the upside? Him and his stupid fucking voice.
Yeah, that's it was weird. This is not number 6, but Neverland. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, what are they doing? Like they're flying, but they're also fighting Captain
Yeah.
fucking Sea and the mermaids. So,
Yeah.
but I
Uh-huh.
accidentally replaced it with something just as boring. So
No, that's a good. No, that's not
Oh,
boring.
Neverland's not bad. You don't
'Cause it
age.
seems like it would be good, but I don't think it would be. I mean, it's not the whole point of the movie. You got to grow up.
I mean, you got mermaids. You got pretend food. Kind of camping out and you fight pirates.
Nah,
You
it's
fly,
not-
though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's not horrible, but certainly better than Michael Jackson's Neverland. That's for sure.
Agreed.
mm,
So, yeah, I got number 4 is open for me now.
Okay,
other-
I got number 2. Yeah,
okay. The last one is just because anyway. Sorry. The last one is the underworld from Beetlejuice. So
Oh,
The-
boy.
the
What you mean the
sandworms
afterlife?
and
this
yeah,
is
the
ruined
afterlife.
for me because that would have been number 1.
Oh,
You want to wait a minute? The underworld from Beetlejuice, like
the
Like you
afterlife.
get the afterlife,
Yeah.
like when they visit Beetlejuice, when they go see their counselor, and when they, I don't know, just
so. We're talking sandworms and the
talking
waiting room.
sandworms, but you don't get hurt, and the waiting room, and all the stuff when you go into Beetlejuice's Adam's little.
Oh, the little
house.
And,
yeah, the
perverted Beetlejuice.
perverted Beetlejuice.
Oh, yes, he is.
I love the model.
Oh, the model. Yeah, that's fun.
Sweet. I put that at number 2. I'm proud of that.
I'm happy with this list.
You shouldn't be, but okay.
All right, thank you.
No, it's good. I think your Harry Potter's too high for me.
Come on, you're a wizard and you fly in a broom. That's awesome. You got to do some magic shit.
That's better than Wonderland, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really. What are you going to do in Wonderland? Number 1, number 2. You know, everybody's a jerk, and they're all trying to give you the runaround.
Yeah, but you're not Alice. You know, it's not like you're being Alice. You're just in the place.
Yeah, but again, what are you going to do? You're going to wander around, and the Cheshire Cat's going to appear and tell you some bullshit, and then
Cheshire Cat, fat fuck.
and then some pot smoking caterpillars gonna.
Yeah, we get ahead of that, and now we're having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
This was I will tell you what, I could do this. I could do this exact category 10 more times.
Oh yeah, no, this was great.
Yeah, I turned
Both of
down Neverland and I turned down Narnia because I don't know really much about it, and I turned down House of the Dragons. What is that called? Dragons.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, and the one where they're all elves, and for some reason it's late. I don't know. I don't know my words. The ones with the Lord of the Rings.
Lord
Because
of
I
the
couldn't
Rings.
figure out how that would be. But if you like those, you guys can go to those because you went through a terrible plane ride. So just feel free to just visit all those on me. All right.
Yeah, I would definitely not want to go to what's that one? The Game of Thrones. That's
No.
you're basically in the Middle Ages, and there's dragons that'll burn you alive and eat you.
There's
You'll
one.
probably get hurt.
There's one. You got to do this once, Aaron. Where places you want to live. There's one place in a movie that I would love to live. I mean, there's probably a few that I'm thinking about it, but there's one place in my mind. I'm not going to tell you what it is now because maybe we'll get to it, and I'll tell you then.
Come on!
And you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate me for it.
I hate you already. So what do you got?
I know. All right, I swear to God, do you know where I would live? In the fucking village in Frozen.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to leave because I can't believe that you'd rather live there than Hogwarts, and I will.
Yeah,
But I want to be
Easily. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's on the water. Think of the fresh seafood. Just a fucking castle. You're protected. Like you're on the boat. Great winters, unbelievable summers, magic snowmen.
What's wrong with you?
The whole thing. I mean, every bit of it looks amazing. It looks
There are
amazing.
other places that are way better. Like that brings to mind. Are you
The quaint little cobblestone streets.
No, I
mean,
got
come
that.
on.
I like that stuff.
We'll go shopping. We'll go antiquing in the afternoon. It'll be fantastic.
All right. If you think of Lord of the Rings, there's so many like little villages. Like the Shire in Lord of the Rings is an amazing little, like, because they actually have places like that actually live. It was such a popular looking. They built, people built their homes like the Shire because they're so cool looking. Like the houses are in the hillsides and there's got these little neighborhoods.
That's nice.
That's fun stuff. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should do that'd be another good one where we should, fantasy place to live.
You could do Disney alone. You can do sci-fi. You could even this category is within that category. I feel.
Oh yeah,
All
Star
I'm
Wars has a
saying
lot of nice places.
is you should tune in next week because there's a special surprise next Friday.
Oh, teaser.
Promo.
Yeah. No kidding.
Excellent.
I love it. All right, next Friday, week from today.
Thanks for letting me be part of this. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for playing.
Please.
Great
Thank
job,
you,
Aaron.
Thank you.
Remember, pick up
really nice
Oval.
job.
Oval is the book written by Aaron. It's available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. You can buy a regular copy or digital download. Click on the link. Check it out.
Nice. All right, that's it. Hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Don't forget to share this episode. I hate that we have to say that, but algorithm help. Need that share button. Need that like button. Make sure you hit
Really
those.
appreciate it.
Very much so appreciated. That's it. Have a good weekend.
Yep,
Back
we'll
on
be back
Monday.
on Monday. Love it.
Got a lot of stuff coming up here.
Man,
One day soon we got to do we got to talk about the polls where everybody's at. It's time to refresh those numbers with everybody. So
Okay.
that'll be the real polls. Like we'll give you the real stuff, not the swayed bullshit stuff.
Nah, we're gonna make it up.
Maybe we will. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.